All right. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into something that's got the potential to really shake things up here in New York.
I'm excited for this one. Should be a good one.
Yeah, so we're diving into the world of blockchain technology.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, how it's impacting real estate in New York.
Yeah.
You know, buying and selling property, all that.
Right.
And we've got some excerpts here that really get into the nitty-gritty of it all, focusing on property transactions and title management.
Heart of it all.
Exactly. So we're talking about a world, where maybe buying or selling property is faster, more secure, more transparent even.
That's the dream, right? Yeah. That's what they're saying.
That's the promise, right?
Right.
That blockchain offers. And we're going to explore how realistic that actually is. So I think a good place to start would be just to kind of, blockchain. What is it?
Right.
Like, how do we even explain that to someone who's, maybe not super techie?
Yeah. So, a lot of people, when they hear blockchain, they think, oh, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin.
Right. Exactly.
And it is, that's how a lot of people first heard about it.
Right.
But it's really its own thing. And when you're talking about real estate, the digital ledger concept is really what we want to focus on.
Okay, so break that down. What do you mean by digital ledger?
So think of it this way. It's a system where every single transaction, anytime ownership changes hands, it's all recorded.
Got it.
But not just in one place. It's recorded on a whole network of computers.
Okay, so not like one central database that could be, vulnerable or something.
Exactly. It's distributed, much more secure.
I can already see how that could be huge for something like real estate, where you've got, so much value at stake.
Absolutely.
But I got to ask, managing records across a whole network of computers, that sounds, complicated.
Yeah.
So how does that even work?
So that's where the whole blockchain idea comes in. Think of it as a chain of digital blocks.
Right.
Each block is a bunch of transactions, all verified, all legit.
Okay, I'm following.
And these blocks, they're linked together, but not just any old way. They're linked cryptographically. So it creates this record that's, it's chronological. You can see everything in order.
Right.
But it's also tamper-proof.
How so?
Well, if you try to mess with one transaction, change something, it messes up the whole chain. The whole thing falls apart.
So basically, trying to commit fraud is impossible.
Pretty much. It's incredibly difficult. Yeah.
That's got to be huge in a place like New York. Property values are through the roof here.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, that means there's, plenty of people looking to take advantage.
Absolutely. And that's why this level of security, it translates into real benefits.
Like what?
Well, think about title insurance.
Okay.
Big cost in real estate, right?
Huge.
But with blockchain, title insurance becomes almost unnecessary.
Seriously? Why?
Because the proof of ownership is right there on the blockchain.
So no more of those title searches and all that.
Exactly. No need for it.
So I guess that's the streamlining everyone's talking about.
Yep. Less paperwork, less waiting around.
But so what about actually buying and selling properties? Does blockchain change that too?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine you find your perfect apartment, right there in the West Village.
Nice.
You put in an offer, and thanks to these things called smart contracts.
Okay, and what are those?
Smart contracts are basically agreements that are coded right into the blockchain.
Okay.
So they execute automatically.
Oh, I see.
So everything happens automatically. Money transfers, ownership changes on the blockchain. You get the keys, boom, you're done.
Wow, that's crazy. How fast are we talking?
Days, not weeks.
Seriously?
All secure, all transparent.
Okay, but be honest. That sounds kind of too good to be true, right?
Well, it's early days,
Yeah.
It's still new. But we're seeing companies starting to use this, real-world examples.
Like who?
There's this company called Fluidity. They're using blockchain to make it easier to buy and sell shares of commercial real estate.
Like fractional ownership.
Yeah, exactly. So even if you can't afford a whole building, you can still own a piece.
Wow. That opens up a lot of possibilities.
That's right.
But, with any new technology, there's always, challenges. What are some of the hurdles blockchain's going to have to overcome to really become mainstream in New York real estate?
I think the big one is regulation.
Yeah.
The laws around blockchain and how it applies to real estate, it's still being figured out. Clearer guidelines would definitely help with adoption.
Makes sense.
And then there's data privacy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a concern.
With any system that handles sensitive information, got to make sure people's privacy is protected.
So finding that balance between transparency and privacy, that's key.
Exactly.
So it sounds like there's still work to be done.
There is. but it's exciting.
It is. We're kind of witnessing the birth of a whole new era in real estate right here in New York.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder,
What?
will it just stay in real estate? Or could it, change other parts of the city too? Like
What?
public records, urban planning.
Right.
All sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, if it can really make things more efficient, more transparent, I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
It really is. Keep an eye on this.
Why, well,
Because the future of New York, it might just be built on blockchain.
yeah, that's a great point. All right, everyone, that's our deep dive for today. We'll see you next time.